I'm so looking forward to our wedding. I can't wait to be married to you, Todd. I love you so much.
Me too, I can't wait either. Really looking forward to it.
Yes, that's right. Ah, isn't it romantic that we're having our wedding as the same day as the registration date of our marriage?
Yes, I agree.
And I want there to be the option of exiting at the last minute.
What do you mean by that?
Nothing. Just ignore what I said. It was a comment about our wedding plan. Totally not your concern. And I can't wait to put on my wedding gown either. I bet I'm going to look gorgeous as always.
I'm sure that you will, babe. You're stunning.
Hold on a second. Are you only marrying me for my looks? That better not be the only reason.
Of course it's not the only reason. I love everything about you. You make me laugh and I'm at ease when I'm with you.
I'm glad to hear that. Your salary isn't the only reason why I'm marrying you, Harold.
Did you just call me Harold? Who the hell is Harold?
Oops! Sorry. Wrong name. I meant to say your name, Todd. I love other things about you, too.
Did you just mistake me for someone else? Isn't Harold your ex-boyfriend's name?
Really? Was it? I don't remember anymore. The guy I was dating before you, his name was Gonzo. Isn't that such a unique name?
I guess so. But I remember very clearly about you telling me that your ex-boyfriend's name was Harold. This is the first time I've ever heard about Gonzo.
Well, it's all in the past, so you have nothing to worry about. It was a billion years ago, and I've completely forgotten about them, so you should too. You're the one that I'm marrying, Todd. Let's not talk about my past boyfriends anymore. Let's talk about our future together.
I'd like to, but it kinda bums me out that you mistook me for one of your ex-boyfriends.
I'm sorry about that, but don't fret about it because it was nothing. Be a man. I fell in love with you because you're strong and manly.
Okay, fine. It's in the past then. I'll stop worrying about your ex-boyfriends. So, about moving into our new house together next week, have you packed up all your things? I feel like we haven't spent any time together at my place in a while.
Yes, I've packed my things. I haven't been able to come over to your place recently because I was getting ready for our big move. Why are you being so paranoid right now?
Well, I received a weird letter the other day.
A letter from who?
And I feel like someone's been following me around and watching my every move. It's really creeping me out. I'm moving out of this place soon, so I'm not worried about that, but I think it's best that you don't come over to my place anymore. I'm only going to be living here for another week, and from next week we'll be living together, so...
Okay, sure. You're right, that is creepy. Make sure you call the police if you think something bad is going on. It's a scary world.
Thanks, Melanie. I'll be careful. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. What the hell are you doing with my girlfriend? Who the hell is this? It doesn't matter. I'm asking you to break up with the girl that you're seeing right now. She belongs with me. Where is this coming from? I don't know who you are and it's creeping me out. Stop messaging me. Melanie belongs with me! Wait, are you the one who's been following me around these days and sending me those letters? Tell me your name. Why should I? I'm asking you to stay away from Melanie! Are you Harold by chance? You used to date Melanie, right? Used to? What do you mean by that? Melanie told me that you're forcing her to marry you. She doesn't want to though because she's in love with me. Are you stalking Melanie? She told me that you guys broke up a long time ago. This has nothing to do with me. You shouldn't be messaging me like this. It's not my fault that Melanie chose to marry me and not you. You need to get over her. That's not true. She's only marrying you for your money. Did Melanie tell you that? You shouldn't be spreading malicious lies just because you're upset about the fact that Melanie dumped you. Please stop harassing me like this. I've never done anything bad to you. Melanie and I are going to get married and that's that. I know that you two are getting married, but that doesn't mean that Melanie and I will stop seeing each other. What? On paper, you'll be Melanie's husband, but I'm still the love of her life. I don't understand what you're saying. It doesn't make any sense. I'm sure that Melanie wants nothing to do with you. You need to leave us alone. I think you're the one that doesn't get it. You're totally clueless. Melanie and I were together last night as well. What the hell?
I'm sorry about my ex-boyfriend. I had no idea that he still had feelings for me. I hope that he didn't hurt you too badly.
What do you want me to say? I can't believe that we're having this conversation on our wedding day. He punched me in the face on the day of my wedding. He's crazy. He's not going to let me forget about this because my swollen face is going to be all over our wedding photos.
I'm sure that Harold got all his anger out of his system now. He won't be bothering us anymore.
How can you be so optimistic? This isn't even close to being over yet. I'm really pissed off about what Harold did to me. I'm not going to forgive him for it.
Just let it go. It's not worth it. Let's enjoy our wedding. Let's not let this ruin the day that we've both been looking forward to. I'm sure that Harold feels bad about punching you.
I highly doubt that. Why are you taking his side anyway?
I'm not. I just don't want to see the two of you fighting on our wedding day. You don't need to fight over me. I'm marrying you, Todd. You have nothing to worry about.
I'm not fighting. Harold's the one that punched me in the face. I'm completely innocent.
I guess he got carried away. He still loves me, it seems. It's not his fault.
How can you say that? You're crazy.
Let's forget this ever happened. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Now let's get ready for our wedding. I want to make this a fun day.
You don't get it. There's no way that we're going ahead with this wedding. I don't want to go out in front of guests looking like this. And it doesn't make sense that Harold still has such strong feelings for you.
What?
I mean, you seem to totally be taking Harold's side here. I'm starting to think that you still have feelings for him, too.
I am not taking his side. How many times do I have to tell you that? But if you look at it from Harold's perspective, you did kind of steal me away from him, right?
I don't think so. You told me that you had already broken up with Harold when we met. I had no idea that Harold was still in the picture. You tricked me into believing that wasn't the case.
Whatever. Who cares about the small details, right? But now Harold is trying to get over me. Isn't that enough?
What do you mean by enough? I can't believe that you're letting your ex-boyfriend ruin our wedding. This is your fault, too. I had the wedding staff tell our guests that our wedding has been called off.
How could you do that without consulting me first? We've been planning for this day for months. You're crazy.
You're the one that's crazy, not me.
What do you mean by that?
Did you think that I wouldn't get mad about this because I'm usually a nice guy? I'm glad that I called off that wedding. I don't want to marry you anymore. I'm not going to put up with your crap any longer. I've had enough.
But you didn't have to cancel the wedding. I was really looking forward to this day.
And I'm going to sue Harold for what he did to me. I had no idea that you were having an affair with him this entire time. And I'm glad I found out what kind of woman you really are before making the mistake of marrying you.
An affair? What are you talking about?
Don't try to play innocent. I know that you were seeing Harold behind my back. That's why he was so mad about us getting married. I was an idiot for trusting you. I'm not going to be making the same mistake of being fooled by you anymore.
You're not making any sense, Todd. Things between Harold and I are over. I'm not seeing him or having an affair with him.
Are you sure about that? Harold sent me a recent photo of the two of you spending time at his place. The photo is real, and I know now that he was telling me the truth.
Why would Harold do such a thing? I thought that he wanted me to be happy.
I didn't want to believe it at first, but you only chose to marry me for my money. What Harold told me was true. You're the one that's been lying to me the entire time. I know the two of you were planning to continue seeing each other even after we got married. I don't want to hear any of your excuses.
Wait, you've got it all wrong. I didn't mean to hurt you like this. You have to believe me. Harold's lying to you.
I know the truth. You can't lie your way out. Besides, I saw you.
What did you see?
I saw you going over to Harold's place. I followed you there a couple of times to make sure that what Harold told me was true.
Why didn't you say something to me when you found out then? It's not what it looks like.
Whatever, I don't care anymore. You know that it's too late to fix our relationship. It's over between us, so why don't you come clean?
Okay, fine. I admit that Harold and I have been seeing each other from time to time, but it's not my fault.
Huh?
I was lonely because you were always so busy with work to come see me. The thing with Harold was temporary. I was planning to break up with him as soon as we got married. It's not as bad as you thought, right?
I'm sorry, but I realized that things were over between us the minute that I found out you were cheating on me with Harold.
But...
Are you so naive that you thought I would actually forgive you for this? There's no way I'm going to forgive you, and I'm not going to marry you either. I want you to pick up all the stuff that you have at my place.
But I just finished moving in! Are you kicking me out?
I am. I don't want to live under the same roof as you.
Where am I supposed to live? I gave up my old apartment already!
Why don't you stay with Harold then? I'm sure that he'd be happy to have you. I mean, I know that you enjoy being with Harold more than me. That's why you kept on making excuses for him and taking his side. I'm the unlucky one. I got cheated on and then your stupid boyfriend punched me in the face on my wedding day.
I'm sorry if I hurt you. I didn't mean to take Harold's side.
I'm sick and tired of listening to your lies and excuses. By the way, I notified the police about Harold punching me in the face, so he's probably going to get arrested, which means you'll have to wait until he gets released.
What? You reported this to the police? Did you have to go and do that? I thought that we agreed not to make a big deal out of this.
You decided that, not me. You didn't ask me for my opinion. You didn't care about my feelings at all. What Harold did was a crime and he needs to pay for it. I'm the victim here.
Why are you trying to make Harold look like a monster?
Well, it's the truth, so deal with it. There's no point in us talking about this anymore. You're going to regret that fact that you chose a violent man over me. I already regret the fact that I wasted my time on a woman who was two-timing me. I'm so glad that I was able to cancel our wedding. I hope that you have a nice life with Harold.
This totally blows. I was about to get married to you and now I've lost everything.
I knew that something was going on the minute you called me Harold by mistake, but I had no idea that it would end up with me getting sucker punched in the face. I'm glad that I didn't end up marrying the wrong woman for me, though.
Wait! Don't leave me, Todd. I thought that you loved me. You can't just cancel our wedding and bolt. What will my parents think of me?
Who knows? They might want to cut you off, but it's not my problem. Deal with it on your own. I mean, you made the mess.
What will my friends think as well? This is so embarrassing.
Then how about you marry Harold today? You're more than welcome to use the venue. I really don't care anymore. I do expect you to pay me palimony and cover the costs of our canceled wedding, though. That's the least that you could do after everything you've put me through.
Are you being serious right now? I don't have that kind of money. Let's just get married as planned, Todd. That's the best thing to do here. I can't imagine my life without you. I'm not gonna break up with you ever.
Shut up, Melanie! You don't have a say in this! I've already made up my mind.
But...
I want nothing to do with you anymore. Now leave me alone! Go and tell your parents that our wedding's been canceled. If you don't pack up your things and move out, then I'll just throw everything out. Enjoy the rest of your life with Harold the criminal.
Melanie had to let her parents know that her marriage and wedding to Todd had been canceled. When they found out the reason why this happened, they cut Melanie off. As for Harold, he had committed other crimes in the past and was arrested. Melanie lost everything. Todd, her family, her job, and a place to live. She was forced to regret her poor choices and work hard to pay back the money that she owed to Todd. She asked Todd to take her back several times, but Todd had no intentions of doing so. He eventually cut her out of his life and moved to a different town so that she couldn't get in touch with him anymore. Todd was very wise to break up with Melanie.
Hey, Monica, I just remembered something and I wanted to check. Your mom's a single mom, right? She hasn't remarried recently, has she?
Why are you asking about my mom all of a sudden? Yeah, she hasn't remarried since my dad. Do you think she should get remarried? I think she's doing pretty fine by herself.
So she's still single. This is really bad.
What? I don't understand what's so bad about it. You should know why she won't remarry. What does her being single have to do with anything?
We're meeting my parents tomorrow, remember? I was thinking about it, and your mom came to mind, and, well, my dad doesn't like that sort of thing.
What do you mean, that sort of thing? I don't understand what you're trying to say. Can you be a bit more specific so I can understand? Though, I have a feeling I'm not going to be happy about it.
My dad doesn't like single mother families.
What? Dean! Don't be silly! Are you just messing around so I won't feel as nervous about meeting him tomorrow? Thanks, but be a little more serious, will you? Tomorrow's really important for us.
No, I'm being completely serious. He doesn't like families that are kind of, incomplete. He doesn't accept them as being real families. He believes that the ideal is a nuclear family. He's always saying that single mothers should at least make an effort to remarry and have a man in the house, and that otherwise they're just being lazy. I know that it's ridiculous, and of course I don't agree with him, but it might be a good idea to not tell him about your mom.
What? You're not joking? That is beyond ridiculous. Make an effort to remarry? Maybe he'll change his mind when he finds out the reasons some women choose not to remarry. Also, you realize that we're going to meet them tomorrow to tell them about our engagement, right? Do you really think that we can hide the truth for our entire marriage after we lie about my mom's relationship status? And in the first place, why should we have to lie about my family? I accept your family as it is, and you should do the same. I can't believe your dad still actually thinks like that. And even if it's difficult for him to change the way he thinks, fine, that's his opinion. But there's no reason why it should affect the way you choose to live.
Yeah, I know, but my dad is strict about that kind of stuff. You don't understand because you haven't met him yet. If you want to get married, you'll have to keep quiet about it, okay? Please? It just makes things complicated if he finds out about your mom.
Dean, I'm sorry, but I can't do that. It's impossible. He's bound to find out sooner or later, and it'll get even more complicated when he does. He'll feel as though we tricked him into accepting me as his family. Don't you think it would be much worse than telling him straight that he'll have to accept that not everyone has a dad? So, I'm going to tell him the truth. If he doesn't like it, then fine. That won't change how we feel about each other, right?
What? You're gonna tell him? Monica, I really don't think that's a good idea. I don't think we should tell him. If we tell him, there's no telling what he might do.
Dean, do you really want to marry me? If you love me for who I am and accept me how I am, then isn't that good enough for your parents? Are you really happy to lie about me when you introduce me to your dad? 'Cause I think it's wrong. It's not fair to me, and it's not fair to your dad. You just want to lie now so that you can avoid conflict, but down the line, there will be conflict anyway if you lie to him.
Well, yeah, you might be right. I understand where you're coming from, I really do. It's just that you really don't know my dad. Trust me, it's better if we don't tell him anything.
What are you so afraid of? You're not going to be alone when you tell him. I'll be right there with you. We're doing this together, remember?
Yeah, I know that. I've always been scared of my dad. And what he thinks of me, what he might think if I don't do things the way he wants. That's why I've always done my best to make sure that he stays happy. And I've avoided doing things that he might not approve of.
I get that it's hard to go against your dad's wishes, but this is your life. And it's going to be our life together. Do you really want to ruin our first step together by lying to your dad? I don't. So let's tell him. It'll be okay. I'm going to have dinner and get ready for tomorrow. So I'll message you tomorrow morning. I'm looking forward to it.
Please don't say anything unnecessary tomorrow.
Unnecessary? Are you being serious? You think that telling the truth about my mom is unnecessary? Whatever. Dean, I'm going to be myself when I see your dad tomorrow. I hope that you'll sort out your priorities tonight, and we'll come to see that that's the best way forward too, for both of us.
You've got some nerve thinking that some worthless girl like you has any right to marry my son. You're beneath him, do you understand me? You were brought up by a single mother. If you don't have a father, then that makes you inferior. I don't know what got into Dean and made him think that it would be okay to marry scum like you, but I know that it's all your fault. You must have seduced him. I wouldn't be surprised, since that must be the reason why your mother got pregnant with you, and the reason why you don't have a father.
Can you hear yourself? You're talking nonsense. You don't know a single thing about me and my mom. You're saying that I must have seduced him because my mother is single right now? What you're saying is so irrational, I don't even know how to explain how wrong you are. And you're the scum here. Do you understand what you did?
Let me make this easier for someone like you to understand. You must have heard from Dean that I run a company, right? What I'm trying to say is my son is the heir to the business. One day he's going to be running my company, and I can't just let him marry a woman beneath him. It would ruin the reputation my company has. I guess my warnings about the type of woman he should choose to marry weren't enough for him. I'm disappointed that he let himself be caught by a woman like you, but that's more your fault than it is his. To think that he would actually bring a woman that doesn't even have a father. I'm surprised you actually thought that I would accept you as my daughter-in-law. You must be really underestimating me. I own a company. You could never meet my standards.
You're the one that's underestimating me. Do you really think I'll let you get away with this? I can't believe someone like you actually exists. I never once imagined that I would be punched by my own fiancé's father. And just because I told you that my mother is currently living alone, you didn't even let me tell you why my dad isn't with us. And you think you can say that I'm going to ruin your company's reputation? You've already ruined it yourself, if anything. You're a danger to society if you think it's okay to use violence to convey how you feel about something.
For a woman like you, a little discipline is necessary in order to keep you in place. People like you don't understand that things are common sense to company owners and powerful men like me, so you need to be taught things the hard way, with pain. Do you understand now why you're not good enough for my son?
A little discipline? Do you understand that I needed stitches for the cut that I got when you hit me?
What? Seriously? You needed stitches for that? I didn't even hit you that hard. How fragile are you? This is why women like you are so problematic. You start playing the victim when all I was doing was giving you a lesson on life, and your place in it!
It's not a matter of how hard you hit me. The problem is that you shouldn't have hit me at all. It's unforgivable. You don't seem to understand the gravity of the situation, so let me make it easy for someone like you to understand. You are going to regret what you did for the rest of your life. I'll make sure you answer for it. I swear. I don't care what it takes. I'm going to end you. You can say goodbye to your reputation, because you and your company are going down.
What are you talking about? What can someone like you do to a CEO like me? Were you planning on reporting it to the police and pressing charges? Maybe cry to the press and get some interviews? Hoping to get some compensation in the process? I advise you not to. You're too poor. Do you really think that someone of your meager means can stand up to a man like me? Do you need me to give you another lesson on your place in society? Because it looks like the first one didn't get through so well.
Are you threatening me so that I don't report you? You're despicable.
No, I'm telling you that if you don't press charges, you won't need it. But you know what? I'm feeling better than I did earlier. I guess that I got everything out of my system when I hit you. It's a shame that you're still not good enough for him, but I'll let you marry Dean. Happy now? I'm welcoming you to my family, so don't report anything to the police. Otherwise, you'll be the one to regret it.
What? So now you'll accept me as your daughter-in-law? Just so that you won't get reported to the police? You are threatening me, after all. All you've done since we met a few hours ago is try to intimidate me and use violence to control me. And you think that that will work?
Of course it will. Someone like you doesn't have any other choice but to follow my orders. And you want to marry my son, don't you? Then that's even more reason for you to not report me. I don't think Dean will be happy if his fiancée gets his own father arrested, especially if he understands that I only taught you a lesson for his sake. The second you report me to the police, your engagement to Dean is over. I won't let him marry an uneducated, disobedient woman like you. You should be more thankful. I'm giving you a chance. You wanted to be the wife of a CEO one day, didn't you? You can be if you do as I say. But if you report me, that dream of yours will be over. And I'll crush you so hard that you'll wish you'd never stood up to me in the first place. Are you really okay with that? I can't promise that your mother won't be affected by the pressure I put on you.
You're a terrible person. I can't believe that you'd try to use Dean and my mother against me just so that I won't report you to the police. Just because you own a company and have some money doesn't mean that you can use other people's weaknesses to control them. But thankfully, neither Dean nor my mother are my weaknesses. You can dangle my engagement to Dean in front of me all you want, but I have no intention of getting hooked. So, how about you apologize to me properly?
What, you want me to apologize? For what? I have nothing to apologize for, the least of all to you. I haven't done anything wrong.
You assaulted me, Marvin. I think it's a matter of course that you apologize and pay for what you've done. Well, even if you do apologize, nothing will change my mind about reporting you. But don't you think you should show more sincerity? Honestly, if you're like this in your personal life, I can't imagine what you must be like to work under. I suggest you apologize right now, before this affects your company.
What are you talking about? How can this affect my company? I told you, even if you report me, you can't win against me. You're just a poor girl from a family without a father. What could you possibly achieve in a court case against me, when I can afford the best lawyers and can afford to ruin you and your mother? There's no point threatening me when you have nothing on me. I'm telling you, I'll let you marry my son, so you should think of this as me giving you a second chance. Why don't you show me some gratitude? Or are you too uneducated to do even that? I'm warning you, don't file that report to the police. You'll lose Dean, your future, everything. Don't underestimate my influence. Do you really want to do something so reckless? You have no chance against me.
You're the one that's threatening me.
Clearly you don't understand the power of money. Even if you did report me to the police, I can easily shut it down with my wealth. That's why you should do as I say, and thank me for allowing you to marry Dean. Now that's decided, we're family, and you can't report me to the police. Do you understand?
So, let me get this straight. You really think that it was okay to punch me because I'm from a single mother household? You must be out of your mind. What problem do you have with single mothers? Were you brought up by a single mother yourself? And she happened to be less motherly than you expected her to be? And that made you despise the idea? Because if that's the case, I might be more sympathetic towards you. But I still have to tell you you're wrong.
I don't despise single mothers. I just don't think that they're good enough to raise successful children. I was raised in a proper family, thank God, and look at me now. As for you, what do you have? In a worst-case scenario, you might have become a criminal. I don't like the idea of a woman like you getting close to my son, but I'll close my eyes to your faults. It's a shame that I couldn't find a worthier woman for him, but I'll let you marry Dean. You'll have to hide your background, of course, so keep that in mind. If you let anyone know the truth, it'll ruin my reputation.
I don't understand what you're talking about. You seriously think that people knowing about my mother being single will be more damaging to you than the fact that you punched me?
You still don't understand? Do I really have to spell it out for you? I punched you because I couldn't forgive the idea of a woman like you having the nerve to think that you could ever be good enough for my son. But luckily for you, I'm going to give you a chance. You can marry him as long as you don't report anything to the police.
You're telling me to keep quiet? And you expect me to accept you as my father-in-law even though you punched me?
I'm telling you to do as I say, it's simple! Someone like you doesn't have the power to think or do anything for herself anyway, so just follow my orders.
You must be an idiot if you think that I'm just going to say yes and continue as though nothing ever happened.
What did you say?
I'm saying that you've really pissed me off, and I have no intentions of obeying your ridiculous orders, you piece of trash. I'm going to get my revenge and make you experience hell for what you did to me.
What are you talking about? You can't do anything to me. You're the one who should take care not to anger me. I can end you. I only have to give the word. A woman like you isn't allowed to stand up to a powerful man like me. I can crush you without lifting a finger. Not to mention that I can make things difficult for your mother, too.
Do you really think you can do something like that? You should think a little more carefully before you make such irresponsible comments. I don't want to marry your son anyway, so I'm going to report you to the police. I told you, you can't use Dean as bait to coerce me into doing anything.
What? Weren't you listening to what I said? Or are you so stupid that you've already forgotten? I'll let you marry him. There's no point in threatening me, because I can ruin you. You'll regret ever talking back to me. You'll be begging me for mercy.
You're the one that's going to be begging me for forgiveness when you realize what punching me will cost you. And why on earth would you think that I would still want to marry Dean? I don't want him, and you can keep him. Find some other woman that's willing to marry a coward like that.
I'm giving you my approval! I'm allowing you to marry him! How can you say that you don't want to marry him anymore? A woman like you doesn't get to reject my son. You should be the one that gets thrown away! But I'm being gracious enough to allow you to. Don't you want to become the wife of a CEO? You'll lose the chance to become rich and live comfortably! You'll lose all of that if you dare report me to the police!
Whoever said I wanted to become a CEO's wife and live rich? That's all your imagination. That's what you think I want because you're prejudiced against people who only have a single parent. Besides, even if I wanted to become the CEO of a wee company like yours, there's a limit to how rich I could get. I hear that your company is on the verge of bankruptcy, and it's my understanding that it's got something to do with the better-than-thou attitude you're always dragging around.
What did you say? Did you just call my company weak? My company? You don't know the first thing about what it takes to run a company. Don't talk to me like that!
Of course I'm talking about your company. Who else is there to talk to on this chat? So, no matter how many times you say that you'll allow me to marry Dean, thanks, but no thanks. I don't want him. He didn't even try to stand up for me when you punched me. He sat there, looking uncomfortable. I suppose that's how you've raised him, to never stand up to you. But I never thought that he would just sit and watch me get punched and not even try to stop you. I was shocked at the time, but I realized that he's always been like that and he'll never change. I'm not shocked or sad anymore, just disappointed. And I can't marry a man like that, so keep him. I already let him know, and he made quite the fuss about it, but nothing's going to bring me back. Are we clear on that?
You're not going to marry him? Then what was the point of me giving you my approval? You can't be serious. You don't have the right to reject him. You're going to marry my son, and that's final. You don't have the right to argue back to me.
This conversation's going around in circles. At first, you were refusing to even accept me as your son's fiancé, and then you found out that I was planning to report you to the police, and you began to insist that I had no choice but to marry Dean. You're just saying whatever suits you at that point in time. Who in their right mind would want to marry a man like that and become the daughter-in-law to a man like you? It looks like Dean is still sending me messages begging me to get back together, but it's meaningless. I don't even want to look at him. I don't want to spend a single second by his side. I am not marrying him, and that's my final decision. I'm going to file this report to the police, and you will answer for what you did. The both of you make me sick.
How dare you talk about my son and I like that? You're just a woman from an incomplete family. You don't have any right to talk to me like that.
Oh, before I forget, I've already given in my report to the police. I'm sure there will be someone coming to question you in the next few hours.
What? You've already told the police? You can't be serious!
It's thanks to my mother. She rushed down to see me while I was still in the hospital getting my stitches, and then she took me home. She has an acquaintance in the local police station and called them to let them know what happened. She's also prepared a lawyer to advise us on how to go forward with the case. We're ready to fight you in court.
Didn't I warn you not to do that? I told you! Even if I did take it to court, I'll crush you with my team of lawyers! Neither you nor your mom can afford a lawyer good enough to beat the people that I have lined up to defend me. You should take back those charges before it's too late! You should have just given in and married Dean when I said that I would give you my approval. You ruined your own life by doing this!
Why do you think that we're poor just because my mother is single? Really? How outdated can your brain get? There's a limit to how ignorant you can be.
I'm warning you! Don't anger me any further! Say one more disrespectful thing to me and you will be finished! And on average, people with single mothers are poor!
You shouldn't let something as vague as an average influence on how you think about an entire group of people. You might be shocked to hear this, but it seems you're actually very familiar with my mother. I understand that your company has contracts with a large number of other businesses, but there's one company that you're very dependent on and rely on for 70% of your contracts. I wonder what would happen if you were to be cut off from that supply of work. Funnily enough, my mother owns that very company I'm talking about.
What?
My mother is the CEO of the company your company works for. She was furious to hear that you had assaulted me, and is saying that she plans to end all contracts with your company. I'm not surprised that she'd react like that. You gave me a cut that needed stitches with a punch that was unprovoked and can never be justified as self-defense. Of course, she wouldn't be able to forgive you as a mother and as a businesswoman that takes pride in showing integrity in and out of work. I told you that you should apologize, but you refused. And that just proved to my mother that you weren't going to change, and that you lack the responsibility expected of a company owner.
What are you talking about? There's no point trying to scare me with lies like that. It's impossible! There's no way your mother owns a company. She's not even married! How can a woman like that be running a business?
What's so wrong about a woman raising a child and running a business all by herself? And since you wouldn't let me explain earlier before you punched me, let me make it clear now. My mom always hasn't been single. My dad passed away 10 years ago, and she hasn't remarried because she hasn't found anyone she wants to marry, or loves more than she loved my dad. You undermine mothers that are single because you assume that they must be defective. But in actual fact, my mother has continued running the business that she and my father started together ever since he passed away, all while raising me, and she's been very successful. Whether single out of choice or not, single mothers can be successful and can raise wonderful children, and the opposite is also true. But don't assume that you'll always be better than them. Maybe it'll be easier for you to accept reality if I tell you that the company she owns is NE Holdings. Didn't you know that the owner was a single mother?
You're kidding. You're just making that up. You can't be her daughter. You should keep your delusions to yourself. There's no way that you could be related to her. Stop messing around.
I'm not messing around. I'm being very serious. Haven't you gotten any calls from your office yet? I'm pretty sure my mom's already made a few calls to them about canceling all of the active contracts you have. She's pretty pumped up to force your company into bankruptcy. I don't know the details, so I suggest you hurry up and contact your office and find out what's going on. I'm afraid it looks like your threats were all bark and no bite, and you'll be the one that's going to end up being crushed.
Wait a minute! I got a message from my office. They're saying that your mother canceled all the contracts that we have with her company? You gotta be joking! How am I supposed to keep our business running if we don't have any work? What have you done? You've gotta stop this! I didn't know that your mother was the owner of NE Holdings. I wouldn't have done it if I knew, I swear! You've gotta believe me! Why didn't you tell me? If only you had told me in the beginning, I would have welcomed you into my family without any argument. You should have just told me. It was your own fault for not being honest with me. Of course I wouldn't have reacted like that if I knew who you were. I mean, I just thought that you were a woman who had been brought up by a single-parent household. It's not like I punched you because I had anything against your mother. You can't do this to my company.
Marvin, how about you shut up for a second and think about what you did?
What did you say to me?
It doesn't matter who I am. You shouldn't have punched me. Who my mother is besides the point. Listen carefully. It's very simple. You shouldn't punch people. Do you understand me? Even if I was poor, even if my mother raised me by herself for part of my life, that doesn't give you any reason to punch me or anyone else. You're going to get what you deserve for punching me, and that's that. You ruined your own reputation by assaulting me. You must be really stupid if you think that this is in any way my fault. I don't even understand how you managed to build your own business if that's the common sense you've lived by up until now. I pity the people that have to work for you. But I guess they'll be free after your company goes bankrupt and is bought up by my mother. At the very least, your employees won't have to lose their jobs because of your stupidity. It's enough to just ruin your life.
I'm very sorry.
Excuse me?
I don't know how I can apologize enough for my behavior. I shouldn't have acted on impulse like that. It was very wrong of me, and I'm sincerely very sorry for punching you. I'm sorry that I caused you so much trouble and so much injury. I wasn't thinking properly when I punched you. I wish I could take it back. I'm extremely embarrassed about my behavior, and I promise to reflect on it so something like this will never happen again. So would you please forgive me?
What are you talking about? You can't honestly think that I'll forgive you if you start apologizing now. Where was that speech when I first asked you to apologize? Why couldn't you apologize to me before you knew who my mother was? It's too late to expect me to forgive you. Unfortunately, the fact that you're only apologizing now just proves how lacking you are in sincerity. You only want to save yourself from everything that's going to happen after you lose your company. But, sadly for you, I have no intention of forgiving you. And I am not going to marry your son, so you're going to have to accept your punishment. Your company is finished. Just thinking about what I would have to suffer if I did marry Dean makes me shiver. But I'm glad I'm free of that.
Please don't do that. Forgive me, I'll do anything. Please just don't take my company away from me. It's all I have.
If you really thought that your reputation and your company was that important, you should have thought about that before you did something as stupid as punching me. Don't you understand that as a member of society, you have a responsibility to treat others with respect? And that in your position, your words and actions are scrutinized? Well, even if I warn you of that now, it's far too late. As early as tomorrow, you'll lose your company and you'll no longer be the CEO. But that has nothing to do with me anymore. You're nothing to me.
Please don't say something that cold. We were just about to become father and daughter-in-law. Dean still loves you, and he's saying that he still wants to marry you. If you could just forgive me and take him back, I think that we could become a very happy family. I can learn from my mistakes, and I'll make sure to treat you as though you're my own daughter. I'll even pay for the hospital fees and give you however much you want as compensation. Anything to make you happy. Please, can't we work things out? We don't even have to involve my company. I'm begging you.
No matter how much you beg, no. We can't work things out. I already tried that, but you threw it back in my face because, according to you, I'm not worthy. Remember? You're seriously mistaken about a lot of things.
Mistaken? About what?
First of all, that either me or my mother could honestly accept an apology like that after you insulted us both so much today. And you crossed the line by punching me. You also seem to think that everything will be okay if you just apologize and act like you're sorry. But if you don't even understand why what you did was wrong, then there's nothing you can do to save yourself. You can start reflecting on your actions all you want, but it's too little, too late. Your life is over. You're going to be arrested for assault. So, I suggest you hurry up and accept that you're going to lose your position whether my mom ends contracts with your company or not.
I'm going to be arrested? Oh, that's going way too far. You're making a big deal out of nothing.
Out of nothing? Are we talking about the same nothing? The nothing I had to get stitches for? Why don't you listen to me and shut up? You're just making things worse for yourself the more you talk. You're going to be arrested, and your company is going bankrupt. Your life is over, just like I warned you it would when I first told you to apologize. And it's all your own fault. This all began because you had ridiculous prejudices against me, and mistakenly thought that they justified punching me.
Please wait! All I'm asking for is one more chance, please! I'll pay you for anything you want me to. Just please don't take my company away from me!
I'm afraid I already have money, so I don't want yours. You'll just have to do your best and deal your time in prison. You said a lot of things about single mothers and belittled them for raising problem children that would eventually turn into criminals. But it looks like men like you cause much more harm to society with your egotistical and self-righteous attitudes. What do you think? You're the man that lost his company and became a criminal in one day, despite being brought up by both parents. In the end, Marvin was reported to the police for assaulting Monica and was arrested soon after. Monica's mother used her powers at NE Holdings to cancel all the contracts that they had with Marvin's company and bought up his company when they went bankrupt. Marvin's life had fallen apart before his very eyes, and he really had been shown hell. Moreover, Dean was upset that Monica wouldn't marry him, and blamed his father for everything, despite partly being at fault himself. Dean even cut ties with his own father, and wouldn't help Marvin no matter how much his father begged him to. Dean's mother also found out about what happened between Marvin and Monica later on, and demanded a divorce, saying that she was embarrassed to have married someone that would dare discriminate against single mothers. She took everything he still had to his name in the divorce, leaving him with absolutely nothing in the world. But he really only has himself to blame, since he was the one that went so far as to assault someone. He got what he deserves, so he'll just have to use this as a chance to learn how to treat other people with more respect. Alice, have you decided whether you want to move in with us?
I've told you many times, but I have no intention of living with you.
But are you sure that you're not going to regret your decision?
Yes, I'm sure I'm not going to change my mind about this.
You're sure?
How many times are you going to ask me that?
Melanie is getting married.
Oh, really? Good for her. Congratulations.
Melanie's fiancé is still young, and he doesn't make much money.
Well, I figured as much. Melanie's still young too.
And I think the two of them will be living with us.
I see. Isn't that good news for you? I'm sure you're thrilled about this. So now there's no need for you to ask us to move in with you.
I just want to make sure that you don't regret your decision later, though.
Were you even listening to what I said up until this point?
Don't you understand that Sean wants to live with us? You're the only thing holding him back. I also miss not having him around the house. Won't you reconsider? Don't you feel bad for keeping Sean from me?
What do you want me to say? Sean and I decided together that he'd be moving out of your house when we got married.
You're a mother now. You should know how I feel. How can you not sympathize with me here?
We told you that Sean would be moving out. You were okay with our decision before. What changed? Also, I don't intend on quitting my job. I love my job. Our home is close to where both Sean and I work. If we move to your place, it will take us over an hour to get to work. It just doesn't make any sense.
That is not the point. Now that you have a daughter, doesn't it make sense for you to live with us?
You're not listening to me. You're trying to make all the decisions here. You don't know what Sean really wants. Why do you assume that moving in is what he wants?
Well, Sean is kind and he cares about his parents. He can't tell you how he really feels because you'll chew him out. If you try to listen to him, he'll tell you how he's really feeling.
Well, how about you take this up directly with Sean then? You told Melanie that Sean married the wrong person. Instead of complaining to Melanie about me, why don't you let Sean know how you really feel about me?
I would, but you don't let me see him as much as I want to. If you say yes to living together, everything will work out for the better, I assure you. And if you're going to continue working, you could use help from us in raising your child.
There's a daycare at my workplace, so I don't need your help. Why are we even having this conversation right now? Melanie and her fiancé are moving in with you, so what's the problem?
Sean is our son. I want Sean to take care of us if anything should happen to us as we get older. Melanie's fiancé needs to do the same for his family, so I can't expect them to look after us. That's why it's so important to us that your family move in with us. You should stop being so selfish and think about what's important for this family. You're part of this family now, so you should follow our rules. I haven't complained until now, but it's about time that you prioritize our needs before your own. I really do think that Sean chose the wrong person to marry. I can't rely on Melanie because she's going to be part of a new family soon. If you agree to come live with us, I'll ask Melanie and her fiancé to move out so the house won't be so overcrowded.
Isn't that a bit rude? You can't do that to Melanie and her fiancé.
Well, Sean is more important to me. I'm only being nice to you because you're married to my son. And if Sean is going to move in with us, I don't even need you to move.
I see. I understand how you feel. Do you want me to divorce Sean then? Will that make you happy?
Huh?
Well, that's what you want, isn't it? I'll divorce Sean for you.
You're not making any sense.
You just told me that you didn't need me in your family. I'll speak to Sean tonight about the divorce and your wishes for this family. I don't think that he'll want to divorce me, though. He loves me too much. I'll also let Melanie know how you feel about me.
Why do we need to involve Melanie? She has nothing to do with this.
I'm going to tell her that you're going to kick her out as soon as Sean moves in with you, and that you love Sean more than her.
There's no need for you to tell her that. You'll just end up hurting her.
What about my feelings? You seem to have no problem hurting me.
You're such a bitch. You just want to pull me apart from my family. You are a monster.
I just spoke to Melanie. She told me that her father also asked her and her fiancé to move out if Sean was going to move in. She told me that she's not going to move in with you if there's a high chance she'll be kicked out soon after that.
What? She can't do that! She already promised us she'd move in!
It seems that your husband spoke to her before you did. He told her that Sean and I are moving in with you and that there was no room for her and her fiancé. She was really angry with her father after that. She has no intention of moving in with you anymore.
Why how come Melanie didn't come to me first?
Melanie told me that she spoke to her father yesterday. I guess she's angry with you too. That's why she came to me and not you. Did you tell your husband that Sean and I were moving in with you? How could you? I've been telling you that that's not what we want.
Well, I figured I could persuade Sean to move in. And I knew that I would have to ask Melanie to move out if Sean was moving here. I didn't think she would move out right away, though. And my husband wasn't supposed to say anything to Melanie.
It's because you're being selfish and not thinking about what everyone else in this family wants. I'm sure that your husband became impatient with you and decided to let Melanie know what you were really thinking. Melanie already knows that we have no intention of moving in with you.
Well, what about what Sean wants? What if he wants to live here with us? He would want to take care of us when we're too old to take care of ourselves.
How can you assume that? You don't know anything. I don't think Sean wants to live with you. To be honest, I'm really annoyed that you keep on pestering us to move in with you. That's all you ever talk about. I'm starting to dread even seeing you face to face out of fear that you'll force us to move in with you. Melanie is also fed up with your behavior. She wants nothing to do with you anymore. As for Sean and I, we don't plan to come to see you for some time. We need a break.
Melanie would never say that about me. You're just making things up to hurt me. She may be slightly annoyed, which is why she's siding with you now, but she'll come to her senses. I know she will.
You said that Sean was more important to you than her behind her back. She was devastated when she found out.
I didn't mean it like that. She misunderstood me. I meant to say that Sean is the older one, and as the older brother, he should be responsible for looking after us. Especially since Melanie is marrying into a new family soon.
Melanie knows that you've been nagging us to move in with you. She agreed to move in with you in the first place because she felt sorry for Sean and I. She was just trying to protect us. She was really hurt when she found out that you favored Sean over her. I can totally understand why she would feel that way.
What do you mean by that? Did you also tell her that I said her fiancé doesn't earn enough money?
I didn't say anything to Melanie. She probably found out through her father. She wasn't trying to move in with you to save money, she was just being a good daughter. She was willing to look after you if Sean and I couldn't. She's your daughter. You should have known that Melanie would do something nice like this. She has a kind heart.
I didn't mean to hurt Melanie's feelings. I really did want her to move in with us. But I figured that she'd want to move out eventually. I guess I was just trying to act strong.
It just sounds like you're making a bunch of excuses. Shouldn't you be telling Melanie this directly instead of me?
Well, Melanie won't pick up my calls. I think she's very angry with me. Would you mind telling her how I really feel?
Melanie doesn't want to talk to you or hear what you have to say to her. I also showed Sean the conversation we've been having over chat up until now. He just got home from work. I thought that he ought to know how his mother was acting.
What did Sean say?
He said he'd rather cut off all ties with his parents than divorce me.
Sean would never do that to us. Sean's my son. You're lying again. He can't abandon us.
He's going to give you a call soon to talk to you directly about this. But first, he's going to talk things over with Melanie. As for me, please don't try to get in touch with me anymore. I have nothing more to say to you. You stress me out. It's not good for my mental health. By the way, I'm pregnant with my second child.
You're pregnant? When did you find out?
Yes, I'm pregnant.
Do you know if you're having a boy or a girl?
It's a boy.
That's great! Now you have more the reason to move in with us.
Since Sean's going to cut all ties with you, I don't plan on introducing my new baby to you.
You can't keep me from my own grandson. That's cruel, even for you.
See, all you care about is yourself. Hasn't it ever occurred to you that we don't want to spend a minute more with you? You're stressing me and my family out.
I'm sure we can work something out. We can come up with a plan that makes everyone happy. Could you please Persuade Sean and Melanie not to be so mad at me. It's all a big misunderstanding.
You can't take back the mean things you said about everyone. You're a grown-up. You, of all people, should know that. You treated me like an outsider, and you backstabbed your own daughter. You're a terrible person.
I'm so sorry. I see how wrong that was now. Please forgive me. I didn't mean any of it. Seriously.
We're not going to forget the horrible things you said about us. How about you and your husband take care of yourselves for the rest of your lives? Don't expect to be seeing your grandchildren anytime soon. Melanie and Sean talked things over and came to a mutual decision. They both wanted nothing to do with their parents. If one of their parents got sick, they would figure out what to do when the time comes. For some reason, their father was livid with their decision. But Melanie and Sean didn't care, and they continued to ignore their parents completely. The following year, Alice gave birth to a healthy baby boy. But Alice and Sean didn't go out of their way to introduce him to his grandparents. They had the decency to send Sean's parents a Christmas card informing them of the birth of their new grandson, though. If only Sean's mother hadn't been so pushy and stubborn about Alice and Sean moving in with them, things might have turned out better for everyone. We're left to wonder whether Sean, Alice, and Melanie will ever forgive Sean's parents.